Hey, what's going on, fellow currency lovers? I thought the best way to get back into bill searching videos after a month hiatus, as I have gotten crazy busy at the hobby shop, was to go back to the beginning of this channel a few years ago now with a $2 bill search. So let's look through some $2 bills I picked up from the bank. I go around to the banks a couple times a week to get change for the store, amongst other things, of course, regular banking. And I always ask them for $2 bills. As you've seen in other videos I've made, I've actually ordered straps of $2 bills, but these are just good old beat up circulated ones. So let's start right off with a Series 2013 $2 bill. These banknotes are funny because a lot of people that you run into still are amazed that you even have them, thinking that they were discontinued or stopped production on $2 notes many years ago, when in fact they're made quite readily. To start off with this one, the layout of a $2 note is the same as any other note, pretty much. You have all the same depictions and annotations on the note. This one's pretty beat up. It's been folded quite a few times. Series 2013 was an incredibly large run of $2 notes. So there's nothing really to talk about there as far as scarcity of the banknotes themselves in that series. It depicts the 1776 signing of the Declaration of Independence on the back, and that's why bicentennial $2 notes from 1976 are really sought after. Maybe we'll come across a couple of those. Nothing on that first one in the serial number, and the second one, nothing in the serial number that pops out to me. A little bit better condition, although this one looks like it was folded like this, which is really common, I see, in $2 notes as far as creases and folds on them. A lot of people do that and stick them into a pocket of their wallet or their purse. So I like to keep a couple $2 bills on me as well. You never know when you're going to need a few bucks worth of gas or something like that. So it's kind of like a little safety thing. It's kind of like tucking a 20 away into a back pocket of whatever you carry your money in, your sock, your shoe, your knapsack, whatever. Little bit clearer depiction of the Declaration of Independence signing on the back. There's quite a lot of weird things that go on with this photo. They kind of circulate around this dude here, as a lot of people believe that this is the only African American depicted on U.S. currency, when in fact that's just a discoloration due to shadowing when they painted this painting, which is by John Trumbull. Kind of a messed up date note of 1870 February 25th, but we're not even going to reach that far. But things to keep an eye out for are date notes. Say if this was the other way around in reverse, 02/25/1870, then I'd be more inclined to hold on to it. This one, Jefferson's got like an eye scar going on. 1995 series, so a bit of a large run also, but not as large as 2013. But they're very similar. Let's see, what else? Nothing really crazy jumping out. Now, unlike $1 bills, you won't see as much blurring between the lettering up where it says $2. You get that worse where it says pretty much any lettering on a dollar bill. But the United States of America portion on the top of the note is always kind of blurred, as well as some of the annotations of $1 on $1 notes. Nothing on the back. Really beat up 2003 $2 note. Now this one's been wet, you can tell from the discoloration, if you could feel it, which you can't. It's really thinned out, so nothing really there. 2013, same deal, pretty beat up. It's hard to tell if some of this stuff is errors or if it's just simply damage to the note due to water. Nothing serial number on the front there. Let's look at the back. Yeah, waterlogged and folded up, so that guy will go right back into circulation. 2003A. Little bit of shift in the seal, a little bit further up than normal, but not really noticeable to the untrained eye. I just look at these a lot. So I notice little bits of differences, but they're in acceptable range by far. A little bit of blood, that's cool. Next up, Not really a date note, but a neat serial number. Now, I get a lot of people who ask me about what's a large serial number, what's a small serial number. I mean, if to me, if it's 4 zeros in the front, then you got yourself a smaller serial number. Aside from that, anything above that's going to be, you know, a standard serial number, I guess, for lack of a better term. As far as large serial numbers, you'll have to look at the print run of that series of note and see, in fact, is it a large serial number? So it does vary per banknote. Series 2013 also, probably the most common you'll see. You might see stuff in the later teens of the 2000s. But 2013 was just a large run, so nothing nuts there. Let's go a little quicker through them. Really cool serial number. Wish I would have had another 6 here. Then we would have had 1 6s and 3s for a trinary note. This is probably the best condition one, despite this corner missing down here. You can actually be missing quite a bit of a banknote and still use it as legal tender. Even if you're missing up to half of it, you can take it to a bank. Actually, I think it's 75%, but correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. And you could take that up to your banking institution, and they will swap it out for an equivalent banknote. 2013 series note, nothing jumping out there. Little bit of a ticker note with that 6 sitting a little high, but nothing crazy. And if you're just jumping into this video like midway through, which is weird, you're probably like, what the heck are these people talking about? We're basically going through banknotes. You can pick these things up. $2 bills are a little harder to pick up on the regular than, say, just standard 1s, 5s, 10s, 20s, 50s. But we're going through, seeing if we find anything with errors on it, misprints on it, or is just collectible. Plus, $2 bills are freaking cool. 1976 series bicentennial $2 note. So this one's really beat up, but it would have been cool. It's cool either way, but it would have been cool if it was in a little better condition. Aside from that, still a bicentennial note and pretty cool. So this depicts the 1776 signing of the Declaration of Independence. 200 years later, it'd be 1976. So that's the bicentennial. But you're probably picking up what I'm laying down there. Neat serial number here, although with repetition. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So not too crazy. I wouldn't call that really a broken ladder, but it is in its own way. So for lack of a better set aside for this bill search so far, I'm going to set it aside. 2009 series, another really common one, a little less run than 2013, I believe. But anyway, both of them were large. There was a lot of 2s printed throughout the 2000s. Same deal here, nothing in the serial number. A little bit of damage to the portrait of Jefferson here. And on the back, really nice depiction. No real damage other than a couple little creases and stuff. So set that bad boy aside. 2009 series also. I believe they're only actually one off from the serial number. So they are in sequence. Another question I get a lot is I found 857 2s all in the same serial number row, and they're all in sequence. How much is that worth? It must be worth a ton. It's worth whatever the 2s add up to be, unless there is an error or something on it. It is very cool, and especially maybe with 2s, someone would pay you a few bucks more than face value for the fact you do have the ones in sequence, but otherwise they are not worth more than face value, at least in my opinion. Another thing to look for is shifts in the whole print. This one is, of course, within the borders, but as you can see, this little border up here on the top is a bit smaller than usual. This one's a bit larger. The whole depiction on this note is shifted up, so it's something to keep an eye out for. Something was a while ago now. It seems like, I think it was pre-COVID, so that's like eons ago. I actually found a 2 that was sitting all the way at the edge of the border. I did keep that, and I will show that to you guys at some point. Let's see, nothing there. Ooh, nice repetition of 5s here on a 2003 A series $2 note. But nothing else really jumping out in the serial number on the note. So, hey, really beat up. Now, this gives a good visual to how bills are created and printed. This 1995 series $2 note has seen its better day. But as you notice, the seals and serial numbers are nice and bright. That's due to the three-phase printing process of U.S. currency, where portions of the note are printed on it, like the portrait and the numbers and the lettering that say to and stuff like that, all this filigree stuff around the side. That stuff's printed on the note, whereas the seals and serial numbers are printed within the note. So that kind of shows you why portions of the note look totally spaced out, and the rest of it looks pretty good as far as seals, serial numbers. Nothing crazy in those. April 26, no date at the end, 2003A. Man, really, really ragged out series of twos here, but, you know, you got to take what you can get at the old bank. Would have been nice if this was shifted over and we had a 3 on the end and just zeros in the middle. Just to give you an example, that would have been a race car note, or radar note as more commonly, as it's more commonly referred to, whereas it can read the same from front to back, back to front. Nothing there. 2003 series, also wet at some point. That's what that wrinkling is from. May 18th, nothing there, no date on the end. Well, technically, but we're not in 2735 yet, and twos might not exist by then. Hey, look at that. For my future to be blessed. You know, another thing with $2 notes is that they are given out a lot on birthdays and New Year's and, you know, far ago, red seal notes in general, twos especially, were kiss me notes. And loved ones would rip them in half, and they'd give their loved one the other half when they were going to depart from one another, especially during times of war or whatever. And then when they reunited, they would put the bill together and they'd frame it. And I think that's really beautiful. This is really cool somebody wrote on this. I mean, I wonder where it came from. I wonder where it went. I wonder all the different things it's seen, you know, the different eyes, the different products, the different hands it's exchanged. That's what I love about money. And so I'm going to hold on to that. Getting down there, only a few left. 2013 series, a little bit of shift in the seal. You can see it's a little over to the right, but nothing nuts. Nothing on the back. Little bit of over ink on that 7. We don't normally see that on 2s. It's generally just on 1s. That's like super common, especially for 2013 and 2017 series 1s. Those are always kind of over inked on that 3rd digit from the left. Nothing popping out there. Getting down there. I like to call these double date notes. This is hilarious. Hey, look. I'm sorry, I find it hilarious, but look at Jefferson with a mustache. Isn't that nice? I don't know. I find that funny. Anyway, don't listen to me. Well, listen to me, but don't listen to the jokes. They're, you know, I'll keep my day job. Getting down there, the last 2, we'll just do them at the same time. This one up here has got kind of a cool serial number. Triplet 3s in it. Series 2003A, so early 2000. But aside from that, nothing really crazy on the note. A little bit beat up. Overall, not too bad. Not nearly not the worst we've seen in this bill search video. And lastly, 2003 A series. Nice and folded up. Really beat up. Nothing in the serial number. Started off with 3636, but nothing in the middle. And nothing on the back except for damage. And that age-old depiction of the Declaration of Independence being signed in 1776. So what did we hold on to? The first one we came across was this little weird semi-broken ladder kind of note with some repetition in it. Nothing really crazy. I mean, it's nice and beat up. I just think it's kind of cool, and I'm really just fishing for something to hold on to. But then I came across this lovely little thing. I know this thing's got a story, you know. Every piece of currency has a story. And somebody didn't take the time to write for my future to be blessed and hold on to this note and then send it back off and buy. So I hope whatever they bought really made them happy that day. But what a cool thing. I love $2 notes. They have so much different symbolism to them. They have so many different meanings to people. Some people think they're lucky. Some people think they're unlucky. Some people use them to give to a loved one, birthdays, holidays. They're a very used note, despite many people thinking that they don't even get printed anymore. What a cool thing to see during this bill search. I'm really happy I came across that. I love stamp notes and written on notes with messages and stuff. Without any more detail, I'm going to hold on to this note. I'll put it in a sleeve to protect it. I'll put the other ones back in circulation. But as always, jump in the comments below. Let me know what you have come across in your coin and bill searches lately. And I will talk to you there, and I will see you in the next video. Like and subscribe if you enjoy money like I do, and keep an eye out for more videos on bill searching, as well as information on valuable coins and currency. I will see you later.